almost 3 years of living in Argentina, I am finally back in the United States. And after only being here for a few short weeks, I've experienced many reverse culture shocks of being back in the US. So in this vlog, we are going to travel through New York City, talk about all of the reverse culture shocks that I've experienced so far, along with some pros and cons of living in the US versus Argentina. So the first one kind of hit me right now. We are at a coffee shop in New York City. It's called Amano Cafe. And look how big this coffee is. The American sizes are always very big, XXL, family size, everything. And a coffee this big in Argentina, hot coffee, I don't know if I've ever had one this big in Argentina. This is a 16 ounce. Usually the ones in Argentina are like tiny. And also another culture shock I experienced just again from this short coffee experience. Basically when you make a purchase here, it's almost like anticipated that you're gonna pay with card. And more recently now, like when you pay with card, you can select on like the touch screen how you want your receipt. Where in Argentina, they always ask you how you're gonna pay, because in Argentina you can pay with like Mercado Pago or like a QR or cash or card. It's never like assumed how you're gonna pay. And almost always they ask you if you want the receipt. Here you get to pick if you want it like printed or emailed to you or texted to you. Like there's so many options to get your receipt. And joining us today is Michael.
We've been walking outside for like 30 minutes. I'm not as shocked with the weather. It's actually warmer than I thought it'd be. I haven't been in cold in like so long, but I don't drink coffee, so it's an excuse to get a hot chocolate.
I think my latte was $7.50 and I think Michael's hot chocolate was $6. It's very cold today, so I am extremely bundled up. It's not even that the temperature is that cold. The feel is like 20 degrees, but the wind today is so strong and powerful, and it's nonstop. So that's what's making it more cold. But another reverse culture shock that I wanted to talk about is the fruit here in the US. If you've been to South America and you've tasted the fruit down there, it is so good. It's so natural. Fruit here in New York, it's just not it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying I won't eat the fruit up here, but there is a big difference between the quality of the fruit and the produce here in the US.
Fruit here is so bad, I can only eat Pop-Tarts and donuts. It's just what it is. I'm sorry, the fruit's just not good here, so I gotta replace it with, equally healthy options like fried foods and Red 40.
The fruit here is so bad, I can only eat McDonald's. I have nothing else to eat. It's just McDonald's and fast food and fried food. Places to go to today. We're actually thinking about getting like a taco for lunch and a few tacos for lunch, but change of plan, and we're now in
Change of plan, I'm still getting the taco.
Modification to the route. We made it to Chinatown, and I think we're gonna get some dumplings. Michael saw a really good deal online, apparently 15 dumplings for $5. Also, one of the reverse culture shocks I talked about in a previous video is a good culture shock. It's how diverse the US is, specifically New York, specifically New York City. Buenos Aires does have a Chinatown, and obviously New York City does too. We're in it right now, but I just think in terms of diversity, there's so much more diversity here. Obviously that's a good thing, and for us, we love trying different foods. We love going to the store, getting different ingredients from different cultures and things like that, and incorporating them into what we eat. So for us, it's a huge
Plus, in Buenos Aires in Argentina, sometimes it's hard for us to find ingredients that we typically use, so we have to like adjust and modify. There's so many options here in the US. That's also another thing I talked about in a past video about reverse culture shocks, is how many options there are in the US. Like sometimes there's just too many. Like if you walk to the supermarket, there are literally so many options of like drinks or snacks or chips or like pasta brands or like brands in general, like milk and yogurt. Like there's so many options. In Buenos Aires, yes, there's options too, but like it does not compare to how many there are here. Like my first time back into the supermarket here was a little bit overwhelming because there were so many options. I was like, I don't even know how to pick something right now. It was a little bit overwhelming.
We have to be very strategic about today because it's so cold outside that like every 20-ish or so minutes walking outside, we have to plan for stops inside. So we're at another coffee shop, and then after this, we're gonna go to Brooklyn. But before we go there, I wanted to talk about another reverse culture shock that I have from coming here, and it has to do with clothing. The style of clothing there in Argentina, people really get ready for the day. More rare to see people like wearing sweatpants outside or leggings or just like athleisure outside if they're not working out or going to the gym or like doing some type of group class outside. But here it kind of hit me how popular athleisure is. And like a few days ago I went to the mall and so many people were just like walking in sweatpants. So there's like a very casual style of clothing here where that's just like common. I kind of forgot about that until I went to the mall a few days ago and I just saw so many people in just very casual athleisure sweatpants style of clothing. One thing though, for sure, is that the Buenos Aires subway stations are better than the New York stations. The one we're in right now isn't like super clean and there's literally like water leaking from the roof. It's $3 per way on the New York subway. In Buenos Aires, I think it's like 700 pesos, which might be like 40 cents. So it's much more affordable, but here you can get like a monthly pass. Right behind me is where I should be going this upcoming summer to see Ariana Grande live, but Ticketmaster is fake, scalpers exist, and bots stole my opportunity to see her live
And now $100 tickets turned into like $1,000 nosebleed tickets, and I can't see my favorite artist live. So this is where I should be this summer, and this is where I'm not going to be this summer. I'm still upset about it. And if you are an Ariana Grande fan trying to see her and you can't, I'm sorry. And the thing is, tickets became available. I had to teach, and I was obviously teaching. I couldn't be trying to get the tickets. And Michael literally tried while he was in the queue. A new date was announced. Couldn't even get that one either. It's not his fault.
I tried. I was in the forums and everything.
He tried everything. I got beat by a bot. I'll never forget it. Beat by a bot. Just got out of a bookstore and a comic store, and while I was in the bookstore I was like, this is okay, but it definitely could be better. The biggest bookstore in the US is Barnes and Noble's, and that like still has like that bookstore feel, where I feel like a lot of other bookstores in the US and like in New York, I don't want to say they're not good, but they're not as good as I feel like the feel is when I go into a bookstore in Buenos Aires. Excuse my hair, it's so windy today.
It's nice to have the space. You know what I mean? Barnes and Nobles is big, and that's so good because you're like, oh, there's a seating area.
And one more thing before we potentially lose daylight is that I have to give the US a pro here for the plumbing system.
What does that mean?
I just have to give the US a pro there. It's just very strong. It works well, I guess, compared to like if you go to South America and you have like the garbage in the bathroom stall. It's not like the most cleanliness, but you have to do that because the plumbing system isn't as strong. In this video yet is that if you go to like small corner stores in the US, maybe not so much in New York City, but like in other parts of New York or like in the US, you're gonna see like these small convenience stores, and the advertisement on the outside of these convenience stores is literally so gross. It's like filled with like alcohol and cigarettes and vapes, and it's like plastered all over the store. It's not good. It's not promoting anything good. It's really gross. And it's like when you walk down a street and you love the whole aesthetic of the street, or like you think it's a really cute neighborhood, and then you just walk by like a store literally filled from like top to bottom with these posters and flyers and advertisements and promotions. It's like really gross. That was really shocking coming back, because I think we stopped at a small convenience store to try to get a Powerball ticket, which unfortunately we lost. But you had to get it from one of these stores, and on the outside of the store I was like, wow, this is so crazy. This is so much negative advertisement in one place, literally head to toe. So that's another one. I do think I've talked about this before. I feel like food reverse culture shocks are always really big, and something that's still kind of affecting me is like the saltiness of the food, like random things, even like pasta sauce I had like from the jar, which is not something we do in Buenos Aires. We make it from home, but buying pasta sauce from the jar here is like $1 or so. So it's what we use at the house, and it's what we always used to use. Now when I like re-have that same sauce, the same sauce I loved before leaving the US, I just like find it to be so salty.
Like my taste buds have changed tremendously since leaving the US, which is like kind of a good thing. Like I feel like we eat so much more healthier now, like we make more things from scratch. It's motivated me to like want to make more things from scratch. Like even coming here for the holidays, like I was really excited to like try all like the processed like foods and like the candies and the stuff I used to enjoy. And I really wanted to get like a specific pack of cookies like from the freezer section at Walmart. And we ended up just like making everything that like we had from scratch, which was so much more fun. It was so much more memorable. You guys saw like our past cookie competition during the holidays. It's so much better and it lasts longer. So I'm really happy that like living in Argentina, my habits and my food habits have changed, and like my perspective on food. Like I used to like really not care that much, but now I'm more conscious of like what I put in my body, what are the ingredients in the food that I'm putting in my body, and like a good way, like a healthy, balanced way. And then you have Michael across from me who has a Shake Shack bag.